You text her back instantly. You agree with everything she says. You treat her like a celebrity, and she treats you like a fan. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Being nice is the fastest way to chase her away. She doesn't want your compliance. She wants your backbone. When you are too available, you signal that your time has no value. She smells the desperation on you, and it kills attraction instantly. You are about to learn the psychological triggers that flip this dynamic. These aren't just lines. These are reality checks that force her to chase you. We are going to rewire her brain to see you as the prize, not the option, to make her wonder about you, to make her crave your validation. But before I hand you the first phrase, hit that subscribe button. Right now. Why? Because this channel is dedicated to the 1% of men who refuse to settle. We are building a tribe of men who understand female psychology better than women do. Help us grow so we can reach more men who need to hear this. Don't be the guy who gets left behind. Click subscribe. Now, let's fix your dating life. 1. Forget about winning the lottery. That is a fantasy. Let's talk about who you are right now. Here is a trap most men fall into within the first 10 minutes of a date. She pushes you. She acts a little entitled. She makes a playfully unreasonable demand just to see if you will jump. Most men panic. They think, if I say yes, she'll like me. If I do what she wants, I'm in. So they fold. They say, sure, whatever you want. And in that exact moment, her attraction for you dies. Why? Because she just found out she can walk all over you. If you are that easy to control, you are boring. There is no challenge. You are a fan, not a leader. Here is the counterintuitive truth. Women crave resistance. They want to know you have a backbone. They want to know your emotional state isn't dependent on her approval. So the next time she is being playfully difficult or pushing a boundary, do not apologize. Do not comply. Look at her, smile, and say these 4 words. No. How about that? Say it calmly, say it playfully, but mean it. This triggers a psychological concept known as the obstacle. Think of the farmer's daughter effect. When a father tells his daughter she can't see the farmhand, what happens? She wants him more. The obstacle creates tension. Tension creates desire. By saying no, you become the obstacle. You are telling her, I validate myself. I don't need to please you to feel good. That is magnetic. That is what separates the nice guy from the man she goes home with. But what happens when the script flips? What happens when she isn't being difficult, but she is being suspiciously nice? You might think you've won, but you are actually in danger of killing the vibe completely. And you need to know exactly how to shut that down. 2. The prize flip. She is laughing at your jokes. She is being unusually sweet. She is agreeing with everything you say. You think you're winning. You're actually losing. Here is the mistake 99% of men make in this moment. They mirror her. She acts nice, so they act extra nice back. They become soft. They become safe, and suddenly the sexual tension evaporates. If you are too agreeable, you become friend material. You become the guy she feels comfortable with, but not the guy she wants to rip clothes off with. Comfort is the enemy of desire. You need to spike the adrenaline. You need to remind her that you are a challenge, not a guarantee. So, when she is being extra charming or complimentary, don't just say thank you, don't melt. Look her in the eyes with a smirk and say, just because you're being nice to me doesn't mean you get to sleep with me tonight. Watch her face. Her jaw will drop. She might laugh, but deeper down, something powerful just happened. You just flipped the entire script. Usually, men are the ones chasing sex. Men are the ones hoping to get lucky. By saying this, you playful accuse her of trying to seduce you. You frame yourself as the selector. You are the prize. She is the one auditioning. It shows supreme confidence. It screams, I am not desperate. I have options. I am not sold yet. Women are biologically wired to chase the man who isn't easily caught. You just forced her to prove herself to you. But sometimes she isn't just being nice. Sometimes she is giving you signs that go right over your head. Most men are completely blind to female flirting. And if you miss this next signal, she will assume you are too weak to make a move. 3. Most men are blind. She touches your arm. She laughs a little too hard at your bad joke. She compliments your shirt, then your watch. And you freeze. You ask yourself, is she interested, or is she just being friendly? You are terrified of misreading the room, so you play it safe. You ignore it. That is a fatal error. To a woman, your hesitation doesn't look like respect. It looks like incompetence. It looks like you lack the social intelligence to read basic human signals. If you can't even handle a little flirting, how are you going to handle her in the bedroom? Here is the truth. Women do not communicate in bold text. They communicate in subtext. They want you to catch the ball they are throwing. They want to be caught. So stop analyzing. Stop waiting for a written invitation. The next time she teases you, touches you, or drops a specific compliment, do not deflect it. Do not get flustered. Lean in, lock eyes, and say, "You're flirting with me. That's cute." This is a power move for 3 reasons. First, it shows supreme awareness. You see what she is doing. Second, it frames you as the observer. You aren't desperately hoping she likes you. You are amused that she likes you. Third, the word cute, calling a grown woman cute, establishes a subtle dominance hierarchy. It says, I see your attempt to charm me and I accept it. If you say this with fear, you look arrogant. If you say this with a relaxed smile, you look dangerous. She will blush. She will deny it playfully. But her attraction meter will redline because she finally found a man who gets it. But be careful. Once she knows you are socially calibrated, she will try to test your compliance. She will ask you for a favor. And if you answer the wrong way, you go straight back to the friend zone. Here is how to maintain your authority. 4. The authority trigger. She asks for your jacket. She asks for a sip of your drink. She asks you to grab something for her. The nice guy reflex kicks in immediately. You say, sure thing. You hand it over. You act like her personal assistant. You think you are being helpful. She thinks you are trained. Here is the brutal truth about modern dating. If you jump every time she snaps her fingers, you are not her partner. You are her servant. And women do not sleep with the help. Attraction requires polarity. It requires a leader and a follower. If you are always following her commands, there is zero tension. You need to reestablish your position. You need to remind her playfully that you are in charge. So the next time she asks for a favor or demands something from you, pause. Do not move. Look at her with a calm, amused smirk and say please. Do not ask it as a question. Do not say, can you say please? State it as a command. Say please. This is a microdose of dominance. It forces a momentary power shift. She has to pause, acknowledge your authority, and submit to your request to get what she wants. It sounds small, but biologically, it triggers a massive response. It signals that you are not a pushover. It signals that you are comfortable taking the lead. She will roll her eyes, she will smile, but she will do it. And in that moment, she feels safer with you because she feels your strength. But here is the catch. You can memorize every line I have given you today. You can say, no. You can flip the script. You can demand respect. But none of it works if you lack the one underlying trait that holds it all together. Without this final piece of the puzzle, these lines will backfire and make you look insecure. 5. The confidence core. You can say the words, but if your eyes are darting around the room, if your voice cracks, if your hands are fidgeting, it's game over. Women are biological lie detectors. They don't listen to your words. They feel your vibe. If you try to use the "say please" line while shaking in your boots, she will laugh at you. Not with you. At you. This isn't about faking it till you make it. It's about internalizing a fundamental truth. You are the prize. When you truly believe that, these lines aren't tactics. They are just natural expressions of who you are. A man who respects himself naturally says no. A man who has options naturally assumes she is trying to sleep with him. A man who is a leader naturally expects manners. This is the difference between acting confident and being confident. True confidence is quiet. It's relaxed. It doesn't need to shout. If you master this mindset, you won't just attract her for a night. You will attract her for as long as you want. You become the man she brags to her friends about, the man she is afraid to lose. So before you go out tonight, check your internal state. Are you seeking her validation, or are you offering yours? Shift that frame. Walk into the room like you own it, and watch how the world and the women respond to you. But you might be thinking, how do I build that core confidence if I don't have it yet? How do I become that guy naturally? I have a solution for that. You have the blueprint. The days of guessing are over. The days of nice guy failures are done. You don't need a lottery ticket. You just need the guts to be the obstacle. If this video gave you a new perspective, hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. We are building a community of men who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Your subscription helps us reach more men who are still in the dark.